Many people assume the Bible only speaks to prayer, worship, and eternal matters, leaving money out of the conversation. That's a costly misconception. Scripture overflows with timeless principles that not only strengthen faith, but also provide a framework for building wealth and influence, if we're willing to apply them. Here's the truth. God never intended for you to grind endlessly, living paycheck to paycheck just to survive. That's the world's system. The kingdom offers a different economy, one where your talents multiply, your resources work for you, and your time is released to focus on your divine assignment. Picture this: earning while you sleep, not through shortcuts or empty promises, but by aligning ancient wisdom with today's opportunities. In this message, I'm going to walk you through 7 biblical strategies that translate directly into modern business and financial success. Some will feel familiar, but with a fresh perspective from Scripture. Others may surprise you. Each one is designed to help you honor God, provide for your household, and bless the world without being chained to endless labor. 1. Multiplying talents in the digital era. In Matthew 25 verse 14 to 30, Jesus commends the servants who increased what was entrusted to them. In our generation, the internet has become a global marketplace where skills and ideas can multiply exponentially. With one ability, writing, design, coding, teaching, you can create something once and sell it countless times. Digital products like ebooks, courses, or templates carry minimal costs and can reach people worldwide. 24-7. It's a way to serve far beyond your immediate circle. Physical products bring different challenges: manufacturing, shipping, and inventory. But the principle is the same. The more value you deliver, the greater the return. Proverbs 22 verse 29 declares, "Do you see someone skilled in their work? They will serve before kings." Excellence and craftsmanship are what set you apart in today's crowded market. The goal isn't just selling, but serving with distinction. If you're starting out, focus on a niche that meets a real need. For example, journals designed for entrepreneurs with daily scripture prompts combine faith with productivity and instantly connect with a like-minded audience. Platforms like Shopify or Squarespace make launching accessible without coding knowledge. The heavy work happens up front, but once systems are built, your energy shifts to promotion and scaling. 2. Marketing. This is where many Christian entrepreneurs underestimate the process. Jesus said in Matthew 5 verse 15, "Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl." Your product is that lamp. It must be seen. Promote it through Christian influencers, targeted ads, or social storytelling. When people understand why your product exists, trust is built, and trust makes sales natural. Pricing also matters. A $10 ebook may require hundreds of sales to reach $500, while a $200 coaching session may need only a handful. Both paths are valid, but the growth timeline will look different. Just like the servants entrusted with varying talents, what matters is how faithfully you multiply what's in your hand. As momentum grows, automation and delegation become your allies. Virtual assistants, email sequences, and sales dashboards reduce daily workload. This feels more passive, though stewardship is always required. Luke 16 verse 10 reminds us, "Whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much." Managing well opens the door to greater opportunities. 3. YouTube, where ministry meets marketplace. The next strategy is one of my personal favorites: YouTube. What often begins as a hobby can become both ministry and business. Proverbs 18 verse 16 tells us, "A gift opens the way and ushers the giver into the presence of the great." YouTube is a stage to share your gifts, teaching, storytelling, encouragement, with a worldwide audience, while creating income streams. The beauty of YouTube is compounding. A video uploaded today can continue earning views and revenue for months or even years. It's like planting seeds in multiple fields. Starting is simple. Create a channel and upload a video. The challenge is standing out. That's why clarity of niche is essential. Imagine a channel devoted to biblical financial wisdom, short, practical lessons connecting scripture to real money decisions. This builds authority, trust, and a loyal community. And remember, ad revenue is just the beginning. Before you even qualify for YouTube's partner program, 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, you can generate income through affiliate links, product sales, or coaching. For example, a video series on 7 biblical ways to make money could naturally lead into a paid workshop invitation. Consistency is the secret ingredient. Galatians 6 verse 9 encourages us, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest." Weekly uploads, gradual improvements in quality, and genuine interaction with your audience all plant seeds that grow over time. Evergreen content, topics that stay relevant year after year, should be your foundation. While trending videos can spike traffic, evergreen videos create steady long-term harvests. A biblical budgeting tutorial, for instance, will always have demand. In short, YouTube is one of the most powerful forms of passive income when approached with consistency, stewardship, and vision. It allows you to merge calling with business, ministry with multiplication. The audience is global, the reach is limitless, and the harvest potential is extraordinary. To fully unlock the potential of content creation, you need a second stream of income that pairs seamlessly with it. The Giver's Partnership. Affiliate marketing with a kingdom mission. Affiliate marketing is often seen as something reserved for mega influencers, but in reality, it's simply partnership. And biblically, partnership has always been a pathway to blessing. Paul reminds the Philippians in chapter 4 verse 17, "Not that I desire your gifts. What I desire is that more be credited to your account." When you recommend tools, resources, or products that genuinely help people, you're sowing value and reaping a fair return. Done with integrity, this is both business and ministry. At its core, affiliate marketing is straightforward. You share someone else's product or service, and when someone buys through your link, you earn a commission. For entrepreneurs committed to kingdom principles, discernment is key. You only recommend what aligns with biblical values and truly benefits your audience. For instance, you might partner with companies offering quality study Bibles, Christian-based training programs, or productivity resources that empower believers. This way, each sale contributes to both your mission and the growth of those you serve. The entry point is accessible. Platforms like Share a Sale, Impact, or Direct Brand affiliate programs allow creators large or small to participate. In God's economy, relationships matter, and affiliate marketing is essentially relationship-driven sales. Even a small but engaged YouTube channel or email list can outperform a massive audience with little trust. Research shows micro-influencers often enjoy stronger engagement than major celebrities. The strategy is subtle integration. Instead of aggressive selling, you naturally weave recommendations into your teaching. For example, if you're teaching on biblical stewardship, you could demonstrate a budgeting app and include your affiliate link. Proverbs 3:9 reminds us to honor the Lord with your wealth, and that includes transparency in business partnerships. Integrity strengthens credibility, which in turn sustains income streams. The biggest pitfall to avoid is chasing every offer just for profit. The moment your audience feels like a paycheck instead of people, you lose influence. Affiliate marketing thrives on trust, and trust takes time to build. In the kingdom, our reputation is part of our witness, so we must choose long-term credibility over short-term gain. When done wisely, affiliate marketing becomes more than revenue. It becomes a ministry tool, distributing resources that edify while providing sustainable income. Once the content is published, the ongoing work is minimal, yet the fruit can continue for years. And when combined with other income streams, the results multiply. 4. Investing God's way. Investing is one of the clearest modern applications of biblical stewardship. In Matthew 25 verse 27, the master rebukes the servant who hid his talent instead of at least placing it in the bank to earn interest. The message is simple: your resources should be working, not sitting idle. The principle is like planting seeds in fertile soil and letting time produce the harvest. One of the most reliable ways to do this today is through index funds. Unlike individual stocks, index funds spread your investment across hundreds of companies, minimizing risk while capturing long-term growth. For example, an S&P 500 fund includes giants like Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon. This echoes Ecclesiastes 11 verse 2. Invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. Diversification is biblical wisdom. For beginners, the process can be as simple as opening an account with Vanguard or Fidelity, setting up an automatic monthly contribution, and letting compound growth do the heavy lifting. Even $200 a month invested consistently can grow into significant wealth over time. This is one-click stewardship. Set it up, stay diligent, and watch your money multiply while you focus on other priorities. Dividend stocks provide another layer of passive income. These are companies that pay shareholders regularly, just for holding their stock. Think of it as planting a tree that grows larger while dropping fruit into your basket every quarter. This reflects Deuteronomy 28 verse 12. The Lord will open the heavens, the storehouse of his bounty, to bless all the work of your hands. But caution is necessary. Markets fluctuate, and risk is always present. Proverbs 21 verse 5 teaches, "The plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty." Long-term consistent investing always outperforms reckless speculation. The key is patience, research, and wise counsel. Once your portfolio is set up, maintenance is minimal. Review periodically, adjust if needed, and keep sowing faithfully. Over time, your investments become a quiet engine of provision, freeing you to pursue bigger kingdom assignments. 5. Royalties and intellectual seeds. Royalties are the modern equivalent of planting a vineyard and enjoying its fruit year after year. Psalm 128 verse 2 declares, "You will eat the fruit of your labor, blessings and prosperity will be yours." In business, royalties mean being paid whenever someone uses your creative work, whether it's a book, a song, a photo, or even an invention. Once created and distributed, these intellectual seeds can generate ongoing income long after you've moved on. One of the most accessible royalty opportunities today is self-publishing. Platforms like Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing make it possible for anyone to write and release a book to a global audience. With the right niche, your words can impact lives while providing a continuous revenue stream. Imagine creating a devotional on biblical principles for business success. Every copy sold is both income and ministry. Similarly, musicians can upload original worship songs to streaming platforms and receive monthly royalty payments. The key is creating something that meets a real need. Standing out in a crowded market requires strategy. Study what's already out there. Find gaps and position your work to fill them. Proverbs 18 verse 15 tells us, "The heart of the discerning acquires knowledge, for the ears of the wise seek it out." For example, if you see that most Christian finance books ignore practical US market strategies, you can combine biblical wisdom with real-world investment tips to create a unique product. Marketing is just as important as creation. A well-written book with no visibility is like a lamp hidden under a basket. Build an email list, engage with online communities, and offer early access to trusted readers in exchange for reviews. These initial voices can help push your work higher in search rankings, making it easier to sell. In business, momentum compounds. The more visible you are, the easier it becomes to make money. The beauty of royalties is their scalability. A single ebook or song can be sold or streamed millions of times without additional work. This is why it's considered one of the most passive forms of income once established. Your intellectual seeds continue producing long after the planting season is over, freeing your time for new ventures. With royalties in place, you create a base of income that doesn't rely on your daily presence. This gives you flexibility to explore larger, more capital-intensive opportunities. And one of the most time-tested wealth builders in both scripture and history is the ownership of land, the collector's wisdom, real estate, and the biblical principle of land ownership. From the earliest pages of scripture, land has been a symbol of blessing and inheritance. In Genesis 17 verse 8, God promises Abraham the whole land of Canaan. "I will give as an everlasting possession to you and your descendants, Owning real estate has long been a cornerstone of wealth building, and in modern business it remains one of the most stable ways to make money. The difference today is that you don't always need vast sums to begin. Real estate crowdfunding platforms allow investors to pull resources and purchase properties together. With as little as a few hundred, you can own a share of income-producing real estate without managing tenants or fixing leaky roofs. Ecclesiastes 11 verse 2's wisdom on diversification applies here too. Spreading investments reduces risk and increases stability. This approach opens doors for those who once thought real estate was out of reach. For those with more capital, traditional rental properties can create steady monthly cash flow. Imagine owning a small duplex and renting each unit. The rent covers the mortgage, and over time the property appreciates. Done right, this is a business where the asset pays for itself while growing in value. Plus, land ownership carries a sense of permanence and security that other investments often lack. Like all ventures, wisdom and diligence are essential. Proverbs 24 verse 27 advises, "Put your outdoor work in order and get your fields ready. After that, build your house." This means researching neighborhoods, understanding market trends, and calculating potential returns before investing. The wrong purchase can drain money instead of multiplying it. So, preparation is key. Maintenance in real estate can range from minimal in crowdfunding or triple net leases to intensive in hands-on property management. The goal for passive income is to set up systems or hire property managers to handle the work. This frees you to enjoy the benefits of ownership without becoming a full-time landlord. Over time, equity builds and cash flow strengthens your financial foundation. Once established, real estate income can provide the stability that allows you to explore more dynamic opportunities. And in today's digital economy, one of the fastest growing yet most misunderstood arenas is cryptocurrency. But with discernment, it too can serve as a tool for kingdom-minded wealth building. 6. Crypto staking through a lens of discernment. Cryptocurrency often sparks two extreme reactions: unbridled excitement or complete avoidance. As kingdom-minded entrepreneurs, we're called to approach new opportunities with both faith and discernment. Proverbs 14 verse 15 warns, "The simple believe anything, but the prudent give thought to their steps." Crypto staking, earning rewards for holding and supporting a blockchain network, can be a legitimate way to make money, but it must be done wisely. In practical terms, staking is like depositing money in a high-yield account, except you're securing a blockchain instead of a bank. In return, you earn interest that can range from modest to very high depending on the coin. For a business owner, this can be an additional stream of income that requires little day-to-day effort. But unlike a savings account, crypto values can fluctuate wildly. The first rule is stewardship. Never invest money you can't afford to lose. Before staking, make sure your foundational finances are in order: emergency fund, retirement savings, and debt management. Luke 14 verse 28 says, "Suppose one of you wants to build a tower, won't you first sit down and estimate the cost?" Staking is not a replacement for sound financial planning. It's an addition once the basics are secure. Choosing where and what to stake is critical. Reliable platforms and reputable coins reduce the risk of losing your investment. For example, staking established coins like Ethereum on trusted exchanges carries less risk than chasing obscure tokens promising outrageous returns. In business, high returns often come with high risk. Discernment is your best defense. One of the benefits of staking is its low maintenance. Once your coins are locked in, the process is mostly automated, generating rewards while you focus on other ventures. It's the digital equivalent of letting the land rest while it still produces fruit. Leviticus 25 verse 45. However, prices can drop, and that can erase gains. So, monitoring the market periodically is still wise. When approached with caution and integrity, crypto staking can serve as a modern tool for resource multiplication. It's not about chasing hype, but about using every available channel to expand your capacity to bless others. And speaking of using resources to bless, there's one final strategy that turns you into the lender rather than the borrower. 7. Lending as a modern Joseph strategy. In Genesis 41, Joseph stored grain during years of abundance so that Egypt could lend and sell during years of famine. This principle still applies in today's economy. Crypto lending, offering your digital assets to others in exchange for interest, mirrors that role of provision. Instead of grain, you're lending money in digital form, and instead of bonds, you use lending platforms to manage transactions. Done wisely, this can be both profitable and impactful. The concept is straightforward. You deposit your crypto into a platform, a borrower provides collateral, and in return you earn interest. Rates can range from modest to high depending on the asset and demand. For a business owner, this can transform idle digital assets into an active income stream. It's the same principle as the parable of the talents, putting resources to work rather than letting them sit unused. As with Joseph's preparation, discernment is critical. Not every borrower will be reliable, and not every platform is trustworthy. Proverbs 22 verse 7 reminds us, the borrower is slave to the lender, and as the lender, you must ensure that the arrangement is secure. Choosing platforms with strong collateral requirements and transparent operations helps reduce risk. In business, security is part of stewardship. One major risk in crypto lending is volatility. If the collateral's value drops sharply, repayment can be jeopardized. To mitigate this, focus on well-collateralized loans and avoid lending large portions of your portfolio to any single borrower or platform. Ecclesiastes 11 verse 2's diversification principle applies here as well. Spread your lending across multiple assets and platforms. The maintenance is minimal once the loan is in place, but periodic reviews are wise. Market conditions can change, and staying informed protects your earnings. The goal is to create a system where your assets are working for you, providing steady returns while you focus on other kingdom and business endeavors. Lending, when done wisely, turns stored resources into flowing channels of provision. By applying Joseph's wisdom to modern finance, you position yourself not only to make money, but to be a source of blessing in times of scarcity. And when all these 7 biblical strategies work together, they form a diversified foundation for both spiritual and financial growth, setting the stage for a powerful introduction to your audience. You've just seen 7 biblical strategies that prove you don't have to work 24/7 to build a life of impact and provision. But knowledge without action is a wasted seed. Which of these strategies will you plant this week? Which one will you commit to mastering over the next 12 months? Remember, the harvest doesn't come to those who only hear, it comes to those who do. What would your life look like if your business was running, money was multiplying, and your time was free to focus on God's calling? Would you finally launch that ministry, travel to serve where He sends you, or simply spend more time with your family? These choices are within your reach, but only if you start now. Write in the comments, I will make money with purpose, not greed. And watch how this powerful declaration begins to shift the course of your business and your finances from this day forward. Your next step is simple. Pick one strategy, apply it with excellence, and refuse to quit until it bears fruit. And if this message has stirred something in you, consider supporting our ministry through the link in the description, subscribing to the channel, and activating notifications so you can keep growing in Kingdom Finance.